beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Patrice and today we're going to read some Reddit stories, okay? These stories, right, have some people in there that has the audacity. Wherever it was, they went and found it. Yes, the unmitigated gall, okay? For you scholars, that is what these folks have. No, I'm not going to be the person to be like, am I the a-hole? I don't cuss like that. So we're gonna call them the drunkro. All right. So if you're Jamaican, you know what a drunkard is. But if you're not Jamaican, let me school you, okay? So a drunkard is like one of the lowest forms of people, low lives, if you want to call them that, right? They don't have any redeeming qualities. All right, and they look like this. This is what a drunkard look like. So if a Jamaican ever tell you that you look like a drunkard, it is an insult. A drunkard is a turkey vulture, I believe, and this is what it looks like. And they're vultures, scavengers, all of the things. So just know, if somebody call you a drunkard, that's a good thing. So the first story comes from the r/AITAH subreddit, all right? The topic of this one, or the title says, AITAH for refusing to babysit my son's half-sister 3 days a week after school. My ex cheated on me while I was pregnant, and his affair partner turned wife and I had babies only a few months apart. Okay. My son is older for reference. All custody exchanges were done by family members, my mom and his sister, until our son was old enough to walk from one car to the other on his own. Now he's at the age, so we don't need to be face to face. The reason it got to this point was the cheating, and also my ex and his affair partner asked me to send over baby clothes, bottles, diapers, etc. for their baby when I purchased them for my son and not their daughter. Okay. My ex said they were struggling to afford it and made it clear I was not being held responsible for his child with another woman. No, listen, you see why I can't, the ex is a drunkard. You cheated on your wife, and then you want her to supply your newborn with items because you are struggling. You never know that you were struggling when you went and cheated, so now you have to supply items and you're responsible for 2 children. No, all right, so okay. He told me we could raise the kids together if I had forgiven him for the affair. Then he called me a stuck-up biatch who acted like being cheated on was the worst thing ever. Hey, yo! After all that communication went through I can't even read. After that, all communication went through a parenting app. We did not do things together. I did not answer any calls he might have attempted unless our son was with him. Custody is 50-50. That is nice. See, you're not even being a bad mother. So custody is 50-50. So every other week, I do need to answer if he calls. Thankfully, he only tried to call for nonsense reasons a couple of times before this. My son is now 9. I have never met his half-sister. He knows that they're related, but she and I are not, and that is something he accepts. Just like he knows they have shared grandparents, their dad's parents, while the other grandparents are just hers or his. A couple weeks ago, my ex called while he had our son, and he asked me to babysit his daughter 3 days a week after school. He said his wife was going back to work and they needed childcare 3 additional days. I told him it would never happen and never to ask me again. But ask again he did, this time via text. And I ignored him. He tried to make the request through the app we use, and I simply replied one time that I had said no when he called, and my answer was still no. His wife tried to call me and then texted me 10 times saying I needed to be a better mother and put my son first because even though I hate it, her daughter is my son's half-sister and they should be allowed to grow up close. So, wow. Being so close in age and her daughter should be loved and accepted by me. I ignored her text. My ex has tried to guilt trip me with how much they have been through because his wife had stillbirths and miscarriages after their daughter. He has tried to force my hand by getting our son to ask me. At one point, he even said he would come over to my house with his daughter so I could meet her and we could agree on this. I let him know I wasn't going to answer the door if he did this. He even tried to get his attorney, to order it. There was brief contact between the attorneys. Mine laughed at his poor attempt to force my hand and told me to continue ignoring him. So they're asking, am I the a-hole? Girl, no. Run the man. Clearly you have been running the man. I understand. But are you, girl? So first up, he cheated on you with this woman, right? She had a daughter. Then this man wants you to supply his affair baby with items. Okay? Okay. Then no, he wants you, trying to force you through lawyers and all sort of things, to babysit his kid 3 times a week. So they don't have any family members, anybody else. Just you. The hurt that he caused to break up the family, the hurt that he caused you, none of it matters to him or the wife. They're just selfish and everything is about them. And they don't understand the hurt and pain that they have caused and the broken home. So now you have to raise your son single parent. But then the man did say you're selfish because you could have forgiven him and you could raise both kids together. Like, how dare you, ma'am? How dare you? Yo, this man is first of all, you're not the asshole, but the ex-husband, drunk row. Proper drunk row. Run the man, okay? And if he continues this and his wife, find legal action. Tell them so they cannot contact you at all. There should be some legal restraining order or something of the sort that needs to be put in place. And then the wife talking about how you need to be a better mother. You can tell when certain people have never in their entire life gotten a slap. Nobody never slapped them. So she came in, slept with your husband, got pregnant, became wife, and now has the audacity to be judging you and say, no, you need to step up and be a good stepmother of sorts. It's not stepmother. What would it be? I don't know. You would need to be a good mother to my child. Never has been. She has never faced consequences in her life. I don't think so. But yeah. That is story number 1. All right. Let us go to story number 2. Okay, so the next story is from the same subreddit, and this one says, am I the a-hole for telling my brother he cannot stay with me over Christmas if he brings his prosthetic leg? Okay. My younger brother has a prosthetic leg. I think it is creepy AF, and I have no idea where he got it. I'm reasonably certain that it is something I would rather not know. To be clear here, my brother has 2 perfectly healthy legs still attached to his body. Wait, what? Okay. He just has this thing he takes with him everywhere. I don't know why. I don't want to know. Before you ask, it is probably a mental health thing. He wanted to stay with me rather than our parents while he is home for the holidays. I said he was welcome to stay, so as long as he doesn't bring that thing into my house. He said it wasn't a big deal and that he would leave it in his luggage. I agreed on the condition that if I saw it outside of his luggage in my home, then I had the right to destroy it. He backtracked on staying with me and is at our parents' house, where he is miserable. They still treat him like a little boy instead of a guy who is almost 30. But why is a 30-year-old with 2 legs walking around with prosthetic legs, though? Okay. He called me again after supper and asked to please stay with me. I said he could, so as long as we together took his thing and put it in a storage unit until he leaves. I get the key. He won't do it. He says that I'm being a B-word for not letting him stay with me. I think he needs to go to therapy or medication or both, or a girlfriend, boyfriend, dog, cat, hamster, something. Just not a GD prosthetic leg. Something is definitely wrong with your brother. And for some reason, I feel like he stole it, though. this is not something that's going to be laying around anywhere because prosthetic legs are very expensive. They are usually made for a specific person. This is not something generic that you can go get in like a store or something. You have to go get it fitted, and then they make specific things. So I feel like there's something illegal going on. Like either he found it, and I don't know why he wouldn't turn it in somehow, or he stole it from somebody. I don't understand, because like I think the reason why he has to carry it around is because he can't leave it where he is or in his apartment or something. So he has to carry it around, I think, because it's not a support animal or a support thing. And I don't know. But the good thing is we have an update. So this says, update on my brother and his prosthetic leg. I didn't realize how much attention this was going to get. Enough that someone informed the woman my brother stole it from. See, I knew he stole it. And she was able to figure out what happened. She called the cops and he got arrested. I guess he was sort of trying to do the thing where he could be the hero that tracked down her leg. Please don't ask me what the bleep was going through his head. The leg was expensive enough that he is facing legal criminal charges. That's all. Sorry, there is not more to tell. Brother, I got so many questions. There's something definitely wrong with your brother. Definitely. Oh, man. So one of the comments said, given that he was traveling with it like it's a security blanket and it sounds like he's had it for a while, I was thinking it was more a sexual thing for him rather than a hero thing. So weird and disturbing. Someone else says, maybe playing the hero is just the excuse he gave when caught because he didn't want to admit some really weird sex stuff. Whoa. Someone else says, so that's what I was wondering. How long has he had the thing? The original post was 18 days ago, and OP's comment about how he takes it with him everywhere with no qualifiers like he started showing up with it this fall or in the summer even make it sound like he's had it a while, which makes me wonder how long this poor woman has suffered without her leg, right? What has she had to do to live her life? Is she in a wheelchair or crutches? Was she able to file an insurance claim, or are they making her wait if there's an active police investigation? So many questions. I hope she was able to get it back and not have to languish in an evidence locker. Bro, something is seriously wrong with this one, but it seems like OP, which is his sister, is so over it. Like, she's like, I don't want to know, bro. Like, I really, like, this seems like this little brother has always gotten himself into some problems. And OP just checked out and be like, yo, I wanted in my spot. It's creepy and I don't care. And OP is being so vague too. She doesn't want to go into depth. Like, we have so many questions and she's not answering any. She's like, no, girl. I'm not in it with Uno. However, there's another update. So, final update. It says, updates on why I didn't let my brother stay with me if he brought his prosthetic leg. So so it's finally over. My brother had to go to court after being charged with several crimes. Wow. The most serious being felony theft. I will just put the bullet points of results. Found guilty because he was too stupid to take a plea deal. Had to serve some time incarcerated and now has parole. Managed to avoid being charged with a sex crime. Wait a minute. My parents paid to have the leg reconditioned or whatever it's called. A professional prosthetic device mechanic got it back to working condition. The one got her leg back as well as some money in restitution. He is not welcome at my home with or without any prosthetics for the foreseeable future. The woman has a restraining order against him indefinitely. That's all there is to tell. Hope this answers everyone's question. Thanks for still caring about this weird experience in my life. OP, you could have given us a little bit more. Just the bullet points was not helping. Okay? Someone says, hold on. You can't leave us hanging. How did your brother get this woman's leg? How did he know her? Was he dating her? A friend? Met her on a bus and stole it? How long has he had it? You said he wanted to be the hero by returning it, so why the hell was he still holding on to it, and exactly how long did he have it? Someone else says, right? This update did not answer all my questions. I have so many more questions, all of yours plus. How was this a sex crime? Oh, you're right. Why didn't he take the plea deal? Why did he take it in the first place? Seems like being the hero isn't it. Is he getting the mental health treatment he obviously needs? Yo, yo, this is wild. I'm so glad I got at least got an update, but I'm definitely I'm gonna Google this after, because things like those should be public records. I don't know what state this is, if it's even America, but I'm probably think it might be America. So I'm gonna Google it and see if it gives more detail. If anyone has found the case files, okay? All right, so this next story comes from the subreddit r/found and expose. Am I the drunk bro for kicking out my boyfriend's sister after finding out she was getting $700 a month from his parents while living in my house rent-free? My boyfriend's sister moved into my house rent-free and started throwing massive parties, stealing my things, and then I found out his parents have been sending her $700 a month for living expenses that she never told us about. My boyfriend and I have been together 3 years. Last summer, his sister lost her job and her apartment. She's 24, always been kind of a mess. My boyfriend asked if she could stay with us just for a month or two while she got back on her feet. I said yes because I'm not heartless. That was 9 months ago. She's still here. At first, it was fine. She kept to herself, said she was job hunting. Then about 3 months in, she started having people over. Small groups at first, then bigger. Then full-blown parties with 20 plus people I'd never met. Music blasting until 3 a.m., empty bottles everywhere. I told my boyfriend this had to stop. He talked to her. She apologized, said it wouldn't happen again. It happened again the next weekend. Things started going missing. My expensive hairdryer, my laptop charger, a necklace my grandmother gave me. When I asked her about it, she said she hadn't seen anything. My boyfriend said I was being paranoid. See, at this point, both of them had to go. Sorry. He's not a husband and he's taking up for her, saying I am paranoid in my own house. Both of them had to go at this point. But let me continue. Then last week, I was looking for stamps in the junk drawer and found bank statements. Not mine, his sister's. I shouldn't have looked, but the amount caught my eye. Deposits of $700 every single month for the past 9 months from his parents. I confronted my boyfriend. He had no idea. He called his sister down and asked her about it. She got immediately defensive, said it was her money and none of our business. I said it became our business when she's living here rent-free while getting $700 a month that she could have been contributing. She said his parents gave her that money for expenses and she used it for expenses. I asked what expenses. She didn't have rent. We weren't charging her for utilities. She ate our food. She said she had student loans and a car payment. I said then she should have been paying us something. She started crying, said I was being cruel, that she was going through a hard time and I was attacking her. My boyfriend tried to calm things down, but I was done. I said she had 2 weeks to find somewhere else to live. His parents called me the next day, said I was being unreasonable, that they gave their daughter that money to help her get stable, and I had no right to demand it. I said if she was getting $700 a month, she could afford to contribute to the household or find her own place. His mom said I was jealous and controlling. My boyfriend is torn. He agrees his sister should have been contributing but doesn't want to kick her out. Says she's family and we should work something out. I said the something we're working out is her leaving. His sister has been posting on social media about toxic people and fake family. His parents are calling me manipulative and saying I'm trying to isolate their son from them. My boyfriend's friends are split. Some think I'm right. Others think I'm being harsh over money that was never mine anyway. But I keep coming back to the fact that she took $6,300 over 9 months while living in my house for free, throwing parties that I had to clean up after and possibly stealing my things. And everyone's acting like I'm the villain for being upset about it. His sister moved out yesterday. Took my boyfriend's old TV with her, which he noticed after she left. His parents are refusing to talk to me. My boyfriend is barely speaking to me, says I forced his hand and made him choose between me and his family. Am I the drunk rule or being unreasonable? Should I have let it go? No. Mm-mm. At my big age right now, no. Mm-mm. Because I need to know. The parents giving her $700 a month. Why couldn't she have lived with the parents? Right? They don't want their own daughter. They prefer to pay someone else for the burden. It didn't say that the parents lived out of the country, a different state, nothing. So why couldn't they take their favorite baby girl in? What did she do to lose the job and get kicked out of the apartment? Okay? Seems like you did say she was always a mess, but why doesn't the parents want to clean up the mess? Because clearly they're the ones who did not raise her right for her to be this way. Okay? That's kind of harsh sometimes, because sometimes the parents will raise you right, but you turn out not so good. However, this one seem like they enable her, the brother and the family. Right? No, I don't understand the boyfriend either. That's because I feel like you should kick him out as well. And the reason why is you did not make him choose between him and his family. Okay? You did not. You're just letting him know that this girl is living here rent-free, doing everything, just doing the most, partying and all the things, destroying things in your house, things going missing, right? Plus, she getting money. She could contribute to food. This is like, hey, here, see, this is a little $100, well, a bills to put towards something. But no, this girl has always been just a freeloader when she can be, just an opportunist in my eyes. Did you handle it? Yeah, I think you handled it well, because you said you gave her 2 weeks. You could have been like, get out now, right now at this very moment. You gave her a 2-week grace period. All right. But yeah, that is all I have. The parents contributed to her being who she is. And the boyfriend need a spine. You did not let him choose between the family. Because there's always also this. He could have went with her. Like, they could have been roomies. But he knows how his sister is. And the family know too. Yeah, you can always tell when parents have a favorite child. A lot of times people are like, oh, I don't have a favorite kid. Yeah, you do. Y'all be lying. Have a favorite. Yeah. All right, so this next story is from the subreddit r/divorce, titled, Think I Got My Closure. Hi, venting, but also working through mental health after tonight. I'll keep it brief. Prayers, thoughts and prayers. Went to my soon-to-be ex-wife's house today. She's sick and has the kids. We're doing Thanksgiving tomorrow together because it's the first holiday since the split. Was supposed to be kosher. Talked yesterday about how we got to where we are. Said I still have all the same emotions for her I had beforehand, but that I withhold them now for obvious reasons. We were doing decent, put the kids to bed, cleaned the house together, sat down to snack on the couch. Felt like a bittersweet of this is where we are now. We can still be parents, even if it's not together. We can be civil. Then her guy from the affair calls. Oh, okay. So she cheated on you. My bad, bro. She picks up the phone right next to me. They're talking super casually like I don't exist. And she walks up to her bedroom to have whatever conversation that turned into. I cleaned up the snacks. Tell myself this is the last mess. I clean up for her, grab my keys and leave. Call her. Tell her, WTF. She said she didn't think it was going to affect me that bad. I realized either she is that absent-minded that she didn't absorb any of what we talked about last night, or that she didn't care, and my presence, emotions, effort for her and the kids are meaningless. Gave me a reality check of where I am on her priority list, somewhere between the name of a fly that lived 800 years ago and the number of threads in the living room carpet. So I'm done. Whoa. So I'm done being sad for myself. I'm done rolling with the blows. I'm done keeping peace. I'm not going to stir the pot, but she isn't my wife anymore, so I am not going to be understanding like I would be if she was. She's the cold dead body of my wife, just with a mouth that tells people that they what they want to hear to avoid accountability. If anyone asks me what I'm thankful for tomorrow, the answer will be easy: a short marriage and myself. TLDR, ex-wife has either no spine or no empathy. Either way, the realization may be what I needed to move on. Happy bleeping Thanksgiving. Bro, I am so sorry. Like, that is tough. But the ex-wife is a drunk girl. She is a straight up drunk girl because um she's checked out. She's done. She's done with you. She does not care. It doesn't care matter what y'all talked about. Like, she cheated, checked out, left you. Okay, you're the only one that got feelings, still loving on this woman. Again, sound yeah, y'all got kids, so you're trying to make keep it civil and all the things. She checked out, bro. Work on yourself. Worry about yourself and the kids, but not her. Don't run to the rescue when she needs you. Um, don't try to do too much. Let the new man do all of that. Like, you're talking there, showing up, trying to work things out, not to get her back, but just being civil. And she's like, "Oh, my boo's calling. Let me go take the call. Let me go talk to my boo thing." Left you on the couch. Didn't even care that you left. Nothing. She done checked out. Let's see what the comment said. I'm so sorry. I am going through something similar. A husband having another whole relationship outside our marriage. We're not even separated, really. But for legal reasons, I need to keep that to myself. Anyway, I wanted to comment on your post. Like, I feel my husband has no empathy, no sensitivity, doesn't care, maybe a narcissist, or has something pathological I never saw before our 15 years together. But now he is turning in the marriage like he's breaking a lease. Way too easy for him because he's found someone else. When I do file, I know it's done. I commiserate with you during the holiday season, which is hard. Someone else says, your wife is gone and will never be the person you knew her as. Yep. You're also setting yourself up for misery by hanging out with her. You're holding on to hope that she'll realize what she's doing. She won't, and you get hurt. I went through the same thing, nearly word for word. I held on to hope. She kept saying she was ambivalent. At this point, going no contact as much as you can, considering the children, by sitting on the couch, eating snacks, etc. You're trying to bring back that old energy. She was just waiting for a phone call from her affair partner. And sorry to say this, but calling her afterwards and confronting her on it just makes you look weak and pathetic in her eyes. They probably had a good laugh at your expense. Again, I did exactly that and felt like a loser and felt sorry for myself. In short, stop trying to fix something that's beyond repair. There's something wrong with her and you can't fix it. And for the love of God, do not go to Thanksgiving at her house. It'll be a nightmare and will not go the way you want it. Have your kids over during the weekend and do your own Thanksgiving. Sorry you're going through this, but it sucks. That is true. That is definitely true. That comment hit it on the head. Hit it on the head. I would also add to that, like, yeah, it seemed like just the nice guy. Not a lot of women. I'm not gonna say that. Some women just are not into nice guys. They like the bad treatment. They just like the little drunker man them. So yeah. She saw that, and she knows you're a good person, and just figure you're always going to be there and all the things. And they probably did really have a laugh at your expense. Be like, look at him coming over here, thinks that, we could work it out. Like, yeah. But give her time. She gonna find out. She sure will. Okay, so this next story comes from the subreddit r/Dusty Thunder. I don't even know what that means, but okay. My mother-in-law has been secretly picking up my daughter from daycare and teaching her to keep secrets from me. I'm a child psychologist. I work with kids who have been through trauma. I teach parents about warning signs. I know exactly what grooming behavior looks like. And I missed it happening to my own daughter. I'm 32 female, married to Lars, 34 male, for 6 years. We have a daughter, Mia, who just turned 4. We live in Hamburg. My mother-in-law, Renette, lives about 20 minutes away. 3 weeks ago, Mia said something that made my blood run cold. We were having dinner and she said, completely casually, Mommy, can I tell you about secret grandma days now? I asked her what she meant. She said that Oma picks her up from daycare sometimes and takes her for ice cream and to the park. And Oma said it's their special secret and Mia shouldn't tell Mommy because Mommy might get jealous and be sad. My 4-year-old has never been taught to keep secrets from me. I called the daycare immediately. They confirmed Renette has picked up Mia 7 times in the past 2 months. They had an old authorization form from over a year ago when she babysat once during an emergency. Renette has been showing up and they just let her take my child. I went to the daycare in person the next morning and revoked all access. Made it clear no one picks up Mia except me or Lars. They were apologetic, but the damage is done. I confronted Renette. She laughed. Said I was overreacting and she's allowed to spend time with her granddaughter. When I asked why she told Mia to keep it a secret, she said because I knew you'd react exactly like this. I told Lars what happened. I expected him to be horrified. I expected him to confront his mother. Instead, he said my mom just wanted to spend time with Mia. You're always so controlling about schedules. Maybe this is a sign you need to loosen up. Loosen up? His mother taught our daughter to keep secrets from me. That's literally textbook grooming behavior. I see it professionally all the time. When I said that, when I used the word grooming, Lars lost it. Said I was disgusting for implying his mother would ever hurt Mia. Said I was sick for even thinking that way. I tried to explain that teaching children to keep secret from parents is dangerous regardless of intent. It normalizes secrecy. It makes them vulnerable to people with actual bad intentions. He told his mother what I said. Now Renette is threatening to sue for grandparents' rights. She's claiming I'm mentally unstable and paranoid and trying to keep Mia from her family. She told Lars that I need professional help. The irony being that I am a professional and I know exactly what she did. Lars suggested last night that maybe I should talk to someone about my anxiety around Mia. He thinks I need therapy because I don't want my daughter being secretly removed from daycare and taught to lie. I've contacted a family lawyer. I'm documenting everything. I'm terrified of what comes next. The worst part is I keep second guessing myself. Maybe I am overreacting. Maybe it is innocent. But then I remember I'm a child psychologist. I know what this looks like. I've testified in court about exactly this kind of behavior. And my own husband thinks I'm the crazy one. Girl, take your child and run. Take that baby and run. That mother-in-law, she's trying to do something. She don't like you. Clearly, she doesn't like you. Because, first of all, the husband knows that she's picking up the baby. You're the only one in the dark. You're the only one that does not know, okay? Because if you're not picking up baby girl, he's the one that gave her permission to go pick up baby girl and have them secret days, okay? All right? So there's that. Now, to have secret days, I get why it's a secret, but is she like questioning your kid? Like, what is the point of the secret days? Because like, it doesn't seem like you're an unreasonable person. It does say that the husband did say that you have like anxiety again around your kids, and which I can understand because if you're a child psychologist, you've seen the worst of the worst things happening to kids and all the things. So I can understand you just being like, for lack of a better word, like a helicopter mom, like, you know, just the mom that you've seen so much. You are very, what'd you say? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Protective. Yes. You're very protective of your daughter because of all the things you've seen. Is it anxiety inducing? Maybe. It could be. It could be because of all the things you have seen. But for him to dismiss that just because it's his mom, I don't like it. I don't know. It seems like mommy is gathering information about you. Like they want the child and you be out of the picture. Like she have a different wife that she has in mind for her son and he just married you and she wants you out of the picture. I'm just reaching. I'm just guessing here, but I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I don't like it. Let's see. Something here says, after I confronted Renette, so OP, yeah, OP says, after I confronted Renette, I sat down with Mia and gently asked her, oh, okay, okay. So in the comment section, OP wrote this. After I confronted Renette, I sat down with Mia and gently asked her what she and Oma do on the secret days. I used my professional training, kept it light, non-leading questions. Mia said Oma asked her lots of questions about mommy. Renette is a drunk crew. What does mommy say about Oma? Mommy ever get angry? Does mommy ever yell at you? Does daddy ever seem sad at home? She's been interrogating my 4-year-old about our family, gathering information, teaching her that secrets from mommy are okay. See, I knew Renette was a drunk girl. Renette is trying to break up the family. That is my thought. Or she's just one of those, in Jamaica, we call it curmudgeon. I think it's curmudgeon, a curmudgeon person. Just a terrible, terrible person. Like, she doesn't like you. I don't know if these are red flags that you did not pick up on before marrying. Like, Lars is probably a mama's boy. And his mama can do no wrong in his eyes. And it seems like that is what you're going through. Okay? Mama's like, there's no woman that is good enough for my baby. Okay? And she wants to keep tabs on you, making sure that, you're not yelling at the kid so that she'll have a case. I think she's trying to build a case against you. I don't know why. Why would she be asking if mommy yells at her, if daddy seems sad, are y'all fighting? Why she need to know all of that? Ask her. Why she don't ask her son? And why does the son have nothing to say about this? Right? It's a little mama's boy. And boy, may I tell you. Let's see what other Redditors have to say. Someone says, be very open with the fact that you questioned your daughter. Express your concern and honestly mention you've realized this needs a neutral third-party professional involvement at this point. Exactly how would the mother find out about what is happening without questioning their daughter? Now, once she found out, take her to a professional with her husband to get it all documented. If the husband refuses, then it is time to go to family court with a good lawyer. Yeah. I don't see that the husband going to court, because Renette is over here saying, oh, she's going to sue for grandparent privileges. Ma'am, if you don't go sit down somewhere, okay? Boy, oh boy. Some people just... So this next story comes from the RIATH subreddit. I broke up with my boyfriend because he has custody issues with his child's mom. Hey, I use the burner account because I really need some advice. So I've been dating this guy for the last 9 months and things were getting serious. We even talked about marriage. We got along great and I thought he could be my future husband. The entire time and before I've met him, he's been going through custody issues with the mother of his child. She will not let him get his child any more than 10 hours a week that he is allowed by the courts. Wow. What, 10 hours? What did he do? I've always been a shoulder to cry on, even getting myself upset at the things that she puts him through. I can read, I promise. Okay. It says, I end the things last night with my boyfriend. I think she meant I ended things with my boyfriend last night because his family had a birthday dinner for his brother. He asked his child's mother if he could get his child, and of course she said no. I was supposed to come to the dinner and bring my son, and I could tell that he did not want my child to come. He eventually told me that he did not want my child to come because his child could not come, and right there, that set off a red flag because why would you not want my child around because of what you have going on? I am a full-time parent. Even with it's not me. I'm just reading what's there. Even with his dad, I'm still a full-time parent. And for context, I am far from a single parent, if you want to say that. Me and my child's father co-parent well enough to where I have more than enough free time to spend with my man, and I do so and I do so, he doesn't see my child all the time. I asked him during the phone conversation what was the last time he seen my son, and he said a few weeks ago, which should give you an idea because we have definitely spent time together and my child has been either with his dad or his grandma. It wasn't like every time he sees me with my child. It was a birthday dinner, and I'm told that I have my child because his dad is at work. He kept asking me over and over if I was bringing my son. It's giving he didn't want me to bring my child to a birthday dinner because his child can't come. Shows me that he is selfish, so I ended anything. Am I the a-hole? That was hard to read. I'm sorry. Reading live in front of a camera is difficult for me. Sometimes, I get a little bit anxious. But that wasn't the case right now. This was just written poorly. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay. However, no, you are not the drunker in this one. Kudos on you for breaking up. It's been only 9 months. You said it was serious and that you were thinking this is your future man. Girl, slow down. Slow down. 9 months is not enough to know if this is the person you want to be with. And see, you ended up breaking up with this person. No, I think it's kind of hard it's a family function, right? And his child cannot come. It's not your fault. It's not your child's fault. And you had your child that weekend, with your custody agreement. So I know that it's difficult and it's going to sting, especially when the family is like, oh, and I'm quite sure they understand what's going on with the ex or the baby mama. But I can see how him showing up with the stepkid and not his own kid is gonna look kind of funny. But again, it's not either of y'all's fault. So I don't get it. Okay? All right? So for that, he's the drunk. No. My other thing is, why only 10 hours a week? Because if which he seems like a decent guy, and he really wants more time with his kid, but why is he limited to only 10 hours a week? Did he do something? It didn't say there were supervised 10 hours. So maybe not. I don't know. Let's see if there's more context down here. All right. Someone says, you and your son are a package, all or nothing. No, you are not the a-hole. Also, be wary as you only have his side of the custody story. True. I'd want to know why the courts have restricted his access to 10 hours. Oh, nice. Okay. So OP replied, hey, so more about the custody when I heard it because I definitely wanted to learn more. Definitely two sides to a story. And as a baby mama, I know how it goes. They were never a match but had a child. He ended up with those hours because he put himself on child support. And in order to have a custody order, they need a schedule written down. So she told him to put 4 to 5 hours, 2 to 3 times a week, as she felt she was a little baby and needed her mom and couldn't stay away from her mom too long, but promised them they would always be able to work together to swap days and let him do more. She stopped co-parenting and made him stick to those hours. Won't budge. He can't pick her up from school because mom hires a nanny to do so. Ooh, mama got money. Side note, she's very wealthy. Yep, he is not. I've heard many phone conversations and met her, and it's a control thing. She was also adopted, so I expect some trauma. But yes, we are a package deal, so you are right. That part is enough to make me walk away alone. His custody things is a lot because a lot of his money goes to lawyers, and this is a second lawyer. I've listened to the Zoom court cases, and they have nothing to say but the fact that there is no change in his circumstances to have him get more time. That sounds like BS, though. Did she buy off the judge and the lawyers and stuff? Because I can understand when the baby was little, like if they're breastfeeding and, feeding every hour and stuff like that. So it looked like she conned him and saying, hey, put down this many hours and then we're going to change it. And then she reneged on, all the stuff. However, why can't he go back to court and change it? But okay, she's no longer a baby, so she can spend more time. And then a part of it is we're saying that that his circumstances hasn't changed. Is there more to it though? What circumstances? Seems like he's stable because you were willing to marry the guy. Seems like he's close to his family. Now, there could be a lot more going on as to why they would want to change it, because I don't get it. And then the other thing too is this lady has a nanny picking up the kid and all that other stuff. So can't he prove that she's not with the baby? Like the mom is not with the baby most of the time. The nanny's doing a lot, so you could get that nanny time. I don't know. It sounds weird. Now, I do know they say that the legal system is not usually on the dad's side, but if he can prove that he's stable and all the things, I don't see why he couldn't change it. And again, he's going through lawyers and stuff, so I hope that he gets it changed and he can be in his kid's life a lot more. And two, the baby mama might be a little bit bitter because now he got a girl, so there's also that. All right, someone else says he can go to court to get this amended and formal custody order. It's his own fault he doesn't get their child. Men that cry boo-hoo at this baffles me. I spent 2.5 years fighting for my kids in court and ended up with 50-50. That is a shame. 2.5 years just fighting. And got the child support I wanted and house. It takes time and effort to get the things you want in life. And sometimes it's not perfect, but whatever. That's life. Yeah, that's rough. 2.5 years. 2.5 years just to split 50-50 custody. Some parents are just bitter, man. Like, I don't get it. Like, in the best interest of the child, why would you hate on the other person? If they're not abusing the kid or anything, like using the kid to try to get at you and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't see why y'all need to be catty. But that's just me. Okay? All right, so this last story comes from True Off My Chest. I, 27 male, walked away from my girlfriend, 27 female, after discovering she leaned on another man during our relationship. I need to get this out because it's eating me alive. I, 27 male, was with Emily, 27 female, for 5 years. I loved her. I trusted her. I thought we were building a future together. Our family supported us. Everything seemed perfect. A couple months ago, I had the gut feeling and I looked at her phone. I had her password, but never felt the need before. I really trusted her. That day, I saw a notification, looked, and everything I believed in just fell apart. There was a guy, Ryan, Dottie Ryan. I didn't even know Egg existed. Their message went back for months, and everything lined up with all the rough patches we've had. He had even proposed to her once. Whoa. Propose? She told him no, but she kept him as a friend and never mentioned him to me. He was basically her emotional backup. The worst part, every time we fought or I was unavailable, she would turn to him. When I had to delay things between us, she felt rejected and ignored me. While I was trying to give her space, she spent hours talking to him and letting him flirt. Later, she ignored him again. But he kept trying, sending gifts and confessing feelings. She accepted gifts, but still went back to ignoring him. I finally realized I couldn't do it anymore and walked away. I thought that was it. Later, I learned from a mutual friend that the moment I left, she cut him off completely. Well, she could have done that before. Now, 2 months later, she's reaching out. She said she feels guilty. She wants to reconcile, and she wants to build a future with me. And I still love her. My heart aches thinking about her, about us, about everything I imagine. But the trust I had is gone. The thought that she might turn to someone else when things are hard terrifies me. I'm left broken, confused, and unsure. I don't know if walking away was right, but it was the only way I could protect myself. Nah, it was right. Walking away was right. Emily's a little drunk girl. Yeah, good girl. It's a little drunk girl. She's also a thief too. I know people are thinking like, what did she say? Like she was in a relationship and she was taking Ryan's things. You know, Ryan was giving her things and she was taking the things. She liked things. Okay. All right. I don't really understand people like this. You have a good thing going. Yes, there's hiccups here and there. You could have good 5-year relationship. And my other thing to do, it says Ryan proposed. There's more to that than a man just not going to propose like that. Emily's a good girl then, because a man just proposes, they're not dating, nothing, and he just proposed and she said no. That part makes no sense to me. I think there's more to that. But yeah, I don't think you are the a-hole. I don't think you're wrong. I think you should protect yourself. Emily is not trustworthy in my opinion, and I do believe that things with Ryan just didn't work out. Like after you left, she's out like, oh my gosh, I broke up with him. I figured she realized that Ryan was not like what she thought he was, the husband material, or just the thrill of it left. Like, you know, when you're in a relationship and there's somebody chasing you and it's sparkly and brand new and all fun and exciting, and then, you know, the partner leaves and they're like, oh, that's not as exciting when I can do it, you know, openly. Like that's not what you want. You just wanted to thank you, take the gifts, all the things. Like, I guess that makes sense to her. I don't know, but let's see what the comments say. Stay strong. She's not the one. True. She apparently found out Ryan wasn't long-term relationship material and is crawling back to OP, but there will always be someone like Ryan lurking in the shadows. She wants additional attention and validation too. Yep. She already knew Ryan wasn't what she wanted. Otherwise, she would have left OP for him. She was using Ryan as a crutch for her own flaws, specifically her inability to validate and believe in herself, and her inability to communicate her wants and needs in her relationship with OP. Hey, that is a good one. Good comment. Someone else says, sound like emotional cheating to me. She's not the one for you. Stay strong. Remember, you accept the love you think you deserve, and you deserve someone better. Pick up yourself, Redditors. Yeah. Y'all hit the nail right on the head. I agree wholeheartedly with all those comments. But yeah, that is the end of today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know down below what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. I'm very new at this. But yeah, I love reading Reddit stories, and I figured out to start this channel to read Reddit stories. There are people out there who enjoy them just as myself. And yeah, so this is my little fun side project. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.